Hello, YouTube. Hello, Spotify, everybody who is watching us. This is Talk and Talk platform that we come to communicate in English, Spanish, French, and Italian. This is the immersion, a conversation 100% in English. We're going to speak in English 99 or 100% of the time. It's not a class, just a talk. This means nobody here is going to teach you or to correct you somehow. No, we're here just to practice. But as I said, it's not a class. If you want to take classes, you can go to our website, talkandtalk.com.br, and take a look at the classes we have there for beginners and intermediate students. Today, we're talking about the gig economy. There are 9 of us here in the main room. So in order to have a comfortable conversation, I'm going to split us in 2 rooms, okay? In the breakout rooms, please choose somebody to read the questions and make sure everybody is going to have the chance to talk, okay? Don't forget the philosophy here that is about being respectful, not correcting one each other. And the most important thing is to enjoy, okay? I think that's it. If you have any problems in the breakout room, there is a button called Ask for Help. You can click there and I can go to the room to help you somehow. Okay, I will ask just a minute just to organize, another minute to organize the rooms here. Then we're going to start, okay? So let me see. I think it's good like this. If the room gets empty, please, you can come back to the main room if everybody decides to leave, and if you're not feeling comfortable, we can do it here. Okay. Okay, guys, I think we can start now. Please, again, be respectful, and the most important thing is to enjoy it. Okay. See you at around 5:50 to wrap the meeting up, okay? Let's go. If you see an invitation, this means you're going to the other room. If you don't see anything, you're going to be here with me, okay? Let's go. Okay, YouTube. So in the main room today with me, I have Edson, Fabiana, and Juan. And we're going to start introducing ourselves, okay? So, Fabi, can I call you Fabi, first of all?
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah,
good.
sure.
Can you introduce yourself, please?
Yes. Well, I'm Fabiana. I am 32 years old. I work as a Scrum Master for a bank here in Brazil. And I think this is my first immersion here in Talk and Talk, but it's my third I forget the name in English, but the third time that I'm here in Talk and Talk. But usually I watch the tech talks.
Okay, I was about to ask you, like, I saw
Yes.
you in the tech talks. No, but
Yes.
it's an immersion, but like focus on tech, right?
Exactly.
Okay, I got you. Very good, very good. It's pretty similar, but here we kind of talk about other things too besides tech, you
Hmm.
know. But it's a similar structure. Very good. It's really good to see you here. What about you, João? Your turn.
Okay, hello again, Bruna. My name is João. I am 24 years old. I live in Salvador, Bahia, but I work as a software developer for a company that develops software for financial solutions in São Paulo. And that's my first week on Talk and Talk.
Very good. It's really good to see you here again. I think my connection is a bit weird, but let's try to hear from Edson. Go ahead, Edson, and you.
Okay, my name is Edson. I'm 27 years old. I'm getting old. uh, I am from Guararapes. It's a small city near the state of Mato Grosso do Sul. But nowadays, I'm living in São Paulo, working here for 3 years already in the financial market. And when I arrived here, I started dancing. So I chose forró dancing to start knowing other people, to go out home and do something besides besides work.
That's amazing. That's awesome. Thank you so much for sharing with us. I love dancing too. About me, I kind of introduced myself in the beginning already. So I live in São Paulo with my family. I'm 27. I love dancing too. I dance forró and other styles, but my favorite is samba. Now I've been studying Spanish too. This journey trying to speak Spanish, really, it's been really crazy. I like eating a lot, going to the gym, and I think that's it about me. Now I think we can get started and talk about the topic. So let's start discussing. I want to start from the first one. Can you think of some gig economy companies and what type of services do they offer? Let's start with you, João.
Okay, I can think about iFood, maybe. The the employers who deliver the food follows this philosophy of economy and is a service of delivering in food and okay, it's not only food because there are another kind of stores that they deliver, but they started with this.
Yes, yes. Now they are delivering goods too, right, like products and everything. Yeah, very good. The first one came to my mind was Singu. I don't know if you have already heard about it, but it's a an app that offers ser- services of uh, mani pedi, these waxing these things, these things mainly focused on women, but everybody can do it, but it's usually focused on women. Fabi, can you think of any other?
Mm, yes, I'm thinking about Singu too. But I found Uber. It's the most famous, I think. 99 taxi. What else? There's some of them now. Singu, iFood, Happy. I think is the same
Yeah,
for delivery.
very good, very good. Edson, can you think of any other?
Uh, there's a small version of iFood in my hometown called Ike Fome. I don't know if you if any of you already heard of it. So iFood, Happy, Uber, Ike Fome, 99. I think that's it.
There is one that that they show on the video that offer services of cleaning or of like fixing things. I don't know if you have already seen it, but it's common too. Very good. Is Ike for me just like iFood? They like deliver like fast food or also goods, other products.
Similar to iFood. It's most common for fast food.
Okay, very good, very good. Thank you so much for sharing with us. And guys, do you believe the gig economy is the future of work? Why or why not? I'm going to start with you, Edson. What's your point of view?
I would not say the future, but I think that is a trend. Uh, more and more companies will emerge to solve problem in people lives. like iFood. I don't need to get on a bus to go to the restaurant and place my order. Uber, I don't need to pay a rate to get on a bus and arrive in a place. I'll arrive in my dentist at my dentist. For example, I I use Uber, for example, to go to the dentist, and when I go to my mother-in-law house, it's very far away, so part of the way I use the app.
Mhm. Yes, yes. I am with you. I don't know if it's the, I don't believe it's the future, but I agree with you that it's a tendency, it's a trend. Actually, I'm not sure if it's the future or not. I think um, for the companies, it's a good idea, but for the workers, there are a lot of disadvantages. But we can talk about it later. I will say I still don't know. I'm not sure. What's your point of view, Fabi? What do you think?
I agree with you too. I think it's a trend. I don't know if this is it's gonna be this way in the future. Just this way. Because for workers it's really bad sometimes. Could be really bad for them. But I think it's a trend. But it's so good for the consumer like me. But I don't know. I don't know. I really don't know.
I feel you. It is great.
Yes.
Yes, 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 yes. João, what's your point of view? Are you with us that don't know or don't think, or you can see this as a future?
Okay, I agree with all of you saying that is a trend, but I think this trend, unfortunately, will be the future because the companies and the economy run 10 times faster than our rights, and sometimes those people who work as Uber or delivering don't have a better choice. But I wonder this scenario changes as fast as possible.
Yes, it's really nice to see some workers really fighting for it. I don't know if you guys um, follow someone or if you have already heard about it, but um, it's really good to see they are not satisfied either, and it's um, but I can see this as a system, so it's so complicated. Yeah. Well, do you know anyone who works or who has already worked in gig economy companies? If you know this person, do you have any experience? Like, do you know how was their experience? If it's you, maybe you can share with us. João, I'm going to start with you now.
Okay, I had one uncle and I think two cousins that worked on Uber for some time, and I think they don't do this anymore. But like on 2020, 2019, they used to. I think Uber was paying better that time, and that's my experience.
Yeah, have you heard about their experience? If they liked it, if they had problems?
Okay, sorry, I didn't answer about it.
It's okay.
In that time, they saw like a possibility from one who wasn't employed, but nowadays I usually talk with uh, people when I get some Uber or delivery, and it's what they say is that is really unfair. That like when you go to a show and the ride is like 50 reais, 60 reais, is the same value they earn. It doesn't matter if the algorithm throws the price up. They had the same value from the right.
I got you. I didn't know about it. Yeah, that's bad because it's not worthy, right? It's not fair actually. It's unfair. Yeah. Fabi, what about you? Do you know anyone? Have you ever experienced this?
Mm, I don't know anyone close to me that work with this. But I know I heard about some people that work with Uber on Uber, for example. But these people that I heard about, they understand that Uber was alternative option to earn some money. So they realized that not a CLT job, like rights jobs, when regular job, but for some people that the Uber is the only option, and I think could be bad because there's no rights for them, work rights. I don't know if it's right to say that, but they don't have a vacation, or that these things that we have in a regular job here in Brazil.
Definitely, I couldn't agree more with you. And yeah, I think the same here from my experience. In like my close friends, there isn't anyone, but I have already heard from other people that it's really exhausting, and then like the clients or the customers, they don't value your effort to, like deliveries, drivers, they like people want them to go into their houses, to give the food in their hands, like they don't want to go out, so they need to wait a lot of time. So it's really bad. Like they usually face a bad experience when delivering. And Ubers, we already know that in like big cities, they face a lot of problems too, like the security, and well, some other stuff. So it's really complicated. Yeah. Edson, and you, have you ever heard of anybody? Have you experienced it? Share with us.
I knew a guy once, and he told me he works at iFood as a delivery man, and he told me he always had a hard a hard work journey, like 10, 12 hours on a day, even on the weekends, and in a city like São Paulo. So I can imagine how tired he get to to work with this activity.
Yes, and just like Fabi said, like people usually use this as a side job, right? So it's really really complicated. Well, I think I'm gonna skip to question number 6. What are the pros and cons of working for these gig economy companies? What are the good parts and the bad parts? We have already discussed a little bit about the bad, but maybe we can try to talk about the good ones too. Edson, can you start? What do you think?
The coins, I think it's more clear. Unfortunately, they're exhausting work work situation. I think the rate that the company transfers to the workers are not enough fair for them, considering the price of gas for the cycles. motorcycles, and uh, costs with some problems in the vehicle, like Uber also. Uh, but the pros, I think it's the time they can work in a flexible time during the day. Uh, pros. Uh, I can't think.
It's okay.
What-
It's too good. No, no problem at all. Like we can help. I'm sorry, we can ask the help of the universitários. So let's hear from Fabi. What do you think? Pros and
Yeah,
cons.
I think the pros, um, there's a lot of pros in my opinion because, but I think the person who work with this have to think about there's an alternative way to earn money, and it's an extra, not a regular job forever. And if they, I don't know, think this way, they could be extra money at the end of the month, and make their own time to work. They're always scheduled to work, and depends on the platform that he used. For example, Uber, it's like the for example, me, if I subscribe Uber for work for them, I can't, no, I'm not, I don't need to looking for clients because the platform do that for me. So I just have to be able to work and earn some money, but not for forever and not for regular job, just alternative and to earn some extra money in the month. I think that way, I think this could be a something good. And the cons is all that I we said before. It's dangerous. It's not fair, the rate, the rate that pass through employees. I don't know if is the right word, but it's not so fair. That's it.
Yes, I totally agree. And it was interesting what you said because unfortunately, like most of the time, like people are I feel that of course they most of them do it as a second job, but because they are not well paid in their first job, so I need to do this because I am not well paid in my first one, so it's the only solution I can find,
Hmm.
not just because like I need some extra money because I want to travel or because I want to save some money to buy my new house. No, I need to do this because otherwise I won't have money to pay my bills, So I think at this point it's a bit complicated. But
Yes.
I got you. I got you. Yeah. I think this flexibility is something really nice. But like the other cons we were saying about the not having any support, like if you go through an accident, you need to deal with it and you won't earn money anymore because there isn't any insurance, right? Like there's nothing to support you. Go ahead, Joan, what's your point of view? Can you think of
Mm.
other pros?
I totally agree with Edson and Fabi. Like the flexibility is a good point, and the idea that you can start working easily for most people who are unemployed now is really interesting. I didn't think about um, another pro, but I think those are the most important to talk about.
Very good, very good. Thank you so much for sharing. Guys, let's go to the next one. Do you think companies, number 7, do you think companies are taking advantage of this strategy and using it to avoid giving benefits to workers? How can we support these workers? I want to know from you now your opinion. Fabi, I'm going to start with you. What's your point of view?
Um, yes, I think some companies could be taking some advantage, and I don't know, but for me, I remember this week I read on LinkedIn, a woman said that the most of the startups they making this layoff, like I don't know, 100 people once, and they do that because there's no regulation. I don't know with these people. No, startup is similar to Uber in my head. I don't know if it really is, but and this make me think about that. If maybe if the Brazil as country or state, I don't know if they use some law to protect these people who work with this company, could be better for them. I don't know if the same conditions as CLT, but some rights, they have to be some rights.
Yes, I totally agree with you. And it's been really sad to see a lot of people being fired, right? And this movement is happening in a lot of companies. And I think these employers, I don't know about the contract, but if it's a PJ, I don't know how to say this in English. It's like good for the companies because they are like safe, like they can fire you at the time they want and they don't need to give you the benefits. So I think for the companies it's just amazing, and
Yes.
the contract is already made for you to know that if something happens, you won't have any support. So it's really unfair. Yeah. Go ahead.
It's could be just a commentary. It's could be funny because these companies make us some people believe, oh, you work for a propose and oh, work for love and this stuff with PJ and I don't know, 2 years later, and fire everyone. I don't know. It's
Yes.
strange. I don't know what happened.
Yeah.
I can't understand.
I don't know if you guys saw this week on LinkedIn. A lot of people criticizing a CEO because he shared a selfie crying. I don't know if I don't know if you guys
I
saw it.
saw that.
Like okay, he might
All
he
right.
might be sad, like because nobody wants to fire a lot of people, but
Yeah.
did he need to post like a photo crying? Come on, like it's complicated. Yeah. So it's the same idea, right? Like you're doing it and then after it's like we don't worry about you. Yeah, it's complicated. Well, let's hear from you, João. What do you think? Do you think companies are trying to take advantage? What's your point of view?
Okay, I think they are taking advantage. For sure, they are taking advantage. The feedback from the employers are the proofs that this is happening. And how we can support these workers, I think this is a 1 million question, $1,000 question. But I think that I think talking about in social media is important because it starts to get a visibility and starts to be a topic on a great company on the television, and people start talking about on the radio, and then one day it will be part of our politics institutions, and may something will be done about it, but is a really slow process.
I agree with you. It's complicated. I want to add another question here. I want to, okay, let's hear from Edson now this question, and I want to ask another one after this. What do you think, Edson? What's your point of view?
I agree with you, and I think they are these companies are taking advantage of the workers, mainly because there's no how can I say recognition of a relationship between the company and the employee. So they can make more money for them. It's uh, more profit. So and how can we support? I think when we have the opportunity to talk about it with close friends, with neighbors, parents, any people, we can support them. We can defend, and I think it's the minimum we can do for them.
Very good. I want to ask you another one now that I was thinking here while I read the question. Would you be willing to stop buying from these companies to support the workers? Like, would you be willing to stop buying from iFood or from Happy or all these companies to support the workers?
It's hard.
Because
Well, for me,
the points are,
like
yeah.
like iFood, for example, uh, there is a new bakery over across the street, so there's a lot of interest in food. I usually buy pizza, for example. I prefer the pizza from the bakery over the iFood pizza because I don't know, it's different, it's more tasty. Uh, and I nowadays I'm trying to control myself spending money in this kind of app because my salary is going away from me and it's dangerous.
So you're saying you would stop using these apps. You would.
Yes.
Okay. And you, João, would you stop using these apps to support the workers?
Okay, I wouldn't stop using these apps because this isn't the users are really not the reason why those things happen. It's like in the early of 2022, I think what was having a strong discussion about buying clothes on Shein because Shein don't have some rights for the employers, and people was saying like um, making a movement to stop buying this. If you can stop buying this, it won't it won't have a true effect on the company because it's still it's still possible to have a company on this model, and we'll always have a large group of people that will keep using and keep buying, so it's more effective to have like a decision from someone who really writes the law and the rights of the employers, then stop consuming.
Yeah, this I agree with you. This idea of shame too. I think it's good, and I agree with you that the companies the users, right? The clients are not the wrong ones, right? I was thinking here about it. I still don't know my answer. Maybe I know. What about you?
um, I think I would use less the apps. Uh, I think that. But I agree with João. I think this is not the solution, and I think the I don't know, there some regulation could resolve this with workers. It's not the user, because the user is the worth it for users. It's a good service the most of the time. So it's a shame that we have to use less the app for such a thing. But but I don't know. I think I would use less if I knew something. Oh, they I don't know, use some slaves like these days to make a clothes or something like that. I think I use less for sure.
Yeah, I agree with you. Yeah, I know there are some days that like the workers ask the users to stop using, like once a month. I don't know, like there are some dates they protest, and in these days I always try to stop using, but I am not a huge user. No, I do use every week. It's just like twice a month. So um I don't think it would be a big problem if I needed to stop using. I don't use it that much. So very good, guys. Let's see the next one then. Maybe number 9. How can companies organize themselves to change their policies and support their labor force? Do you think, like, maybe we can connect this one to the next one, to number 9, to number 10, because we've been seeing a lot of prices rising here in our country, and the expenses are getting higher and higher, right? Just like we were talking about the gas and everything. Do you think these companies will last? What's your point of view? What's your point of view, João? I'm going to start with you now.
Okay. And a little bit confused how companies can organize themselves to change their policies and support their labor force. What is labor force?
The workers, basically.
Okay. Okay, now it's clear. I think that companies can, first of all, have their only policies to support the labor force, literally having their only policies, because it's the fastest way to change this situation. And probably it will also be good for them because you can have like a marketing campaign around this, and it will be good for your employers, good to the company, and good to the public that is watching what you are doing.
Very good. Very good. Great. Fabi, your turn. Enjoy.
Mm, I think the regulations is an important thing for their workers, and if these companies will last with this raising prices, I really don't know, but I think some of them will last. For example, food, I think will last for a long time. I think Uber too. But some of them, this other type of service, I don't know if they they deliver a value service to last and cross this crisis. I think, I don't know.
Good point. I liked it. I totally agree with you. And it's hard because like there are some companies, how can I say it? Being not being born, but they're creating other companies every day, right? So I really don't know if this will keep happening. Like maybe the strongest one, like iFood, as you said, Uber, that are like the biggest ones, and then have money to support if something goes wrong. They have like a backup, right? But if it's a new company, they may not last, right? Yeah.
Yes.
How do you see it, Edson?
Well, about question 9, how can companies organize themselves? I have doubts if they will organize themselves one day to to support the workers. I think it's more likely the government make pressure to make this happen. And when starts uh, when starts when the money is how can I say, when the money of these companies are uh, are falling, uh, they will think more about the issue. And if these companies will last, I think yes, it will last. In case of Uber, iFood, Happy, these apps, I think will last in the end. And but I know other cases like Yellow, that was a startup of bicycles around São Paulo, and there's no more bicycles of Yellow in the city. So something happened. I don't know why and how, what happened, but Uber, iFood, I think will last because they are solid in Brazil and around the world too. So in these cases, I think they will last.
Yeah, and like you mentioned Yellow. I think the like people started destroying the bicycles and the how can you say patinette in English? Squee. It's with S, right? I totally forgot. Well, but I remember like people were literally destroying the things, here, and it's really scooters, yeah. So it's bad, right, to see scooter. No, scooter is something else. Google is not a really good, it's not really friendly when we need to translate stuff. Well, guys, I think that's it. I'm gonna close the rooms. Thank you so much for sharing with me. It was really nice talking to you. I loved this topic. We haven't answered one question. That is question number 8. If you know any news, if you have already heard any news of workers protesting for better work conditions. And I really want to share with you the Instagram of a guy who fights for, actually he fights against the Uberization of work. His Instagram is Galo de Luta. It's really, really nice. He's doing a nice job. Welcome back. How was the conversation? I'm going to start asking Edna. How was the conversation, Edna?
For me, it's very good conversations. I participate, and then for me, is the opportunity to listen the different opinions. Very, very good. I appreciate it so much.
Yes. You know what? Sometimes I get tired of this, not polemic, of these difficult topics because it's exhausting, you know, like
Yes.
thinking about it and like listening to other opinions. But at the same time, I learned so much from everybody. So it's really, really good. I really like it.
In my opinion, Bruna, these conversations at the meeting is very important because, after the meeting, my mind and reflecting about the topics many times. It's very
That's true.
good, very good.
That's true. Thank you so much. I want to hear from Thiago now. How was it for you? And I want to ask you also the question number 2. Do you think the gig economy is the future of work?
Yeah, we had great talking, amazing people with me, and talking about a little about what you said. This is a good way to improve our creativity or how we can say things fast. If you want to take an IELTS test, for example, the questions pop up and you need to answer any kind of question. So that's good to exercise our brain. And about question 2, I don't know if it will be the future of work because we are in the first beginning generation of this kind of economy. So I guess we need more time to think about it and analyze what will happen in the future.
Great point. And I just want to add something else. A lot of people don't notice what you noticed, you know, that the immersions are a great chance for you to work on skills if you want to take a test, you know, like you mentioned IELTS, but all of them, you need to answer questions quickly and like random topics, you know, that you weren't expecting. So it's really nice that you noticed it, and you can totally use it in your favor. Yeah.
Yes, I am taking Duolingo tests right now, and we have only maybe 1.5 minutes to answer the questions, and it is very difficult, very tough. So this kind of thing helps a lot.
Very good, very good. Thank you so much for sharing with us. I wanna ask Edson about his first experience. How was it for you? Did you enjoy it?
I enjoy it. Yes. I use it to break the ice. A lot of time I didn't do that, so I already scheduled the next immersions for next week, and I like it.
Okay, that's good. You are more than welcome, guys, to come back next week. I haven't put the theme there yet. I will do it right now. But next week, we're going to talk about netcat. I think this is how we can pronounce it. That is it's like online etiquette, you know, like how to act when you are online, you know, what are good and bad stuff to do. Okay, this is going to be the subject next week. Okay, so you are totally invited. Here, I've just sent the link to the survey. You can send your feedback, and I just want to share another link too. That is a guy. He is an activist, and he fights against the Uberization of work, and he fights for the rights of the workers and of these delivery men. So I think if you can take a look at his job, is really, really nice. Okay, it's called Galo de Luta. He's in Instagram, and Like we can learn a lot from him and from his fight. Okay, guys, I think that's it. Thank you so much for coming. Feel free to come next week and whenever you want. I also host meetings on Wednesdays in the morning. So if in the morning you are available too, it would be really nice to see you here. Okay, thank you so much. Don't forget to send your feedback and see you next time. Okay,
Bye. See you.
bye. Thank you so much.